I'm going to whiteboard kind of page hierarchies and the different types of pages that are out there and how they may come together for a business that has a geographic area that they're targeting. Hey guys, Jesse here. I got another quick training for you. I'm going to talk with you about website page structures and hierarchies as it applies to website design, development, and then optimization so that you can show up in search more readily. Link structure is one of the important things to consider when you're talking about building out your web pages or your web assets as it applies to your website. And a lot of people don't think about this when they go in, either do it yourself and or they're using a website builder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to whiteboard kind of page hierarchies and the different types of pages that are out there and how they may come together for a business that has a geographic area that they're targeting. This will be impactful if you're a medical professional with locations in a geographic area, you're a service or trade professional, and you want to service, you want your products to be ranked as keywords when people search for your product or service in a specific geographic area. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Jesse, as I said, and for the past decade plus now, we've been helping our clients optimize their online environment and automate their customer and patient lifecycle with lead gen, lead nurturing, customer and patient acquisition, product and promise fulfillment, automation, and customer retention, ascension. And for those people that don't have a strategy in place, digital strategy in place, customer re-engagement, in order to drive revenue and reduce sales friction. Hey there, Jesse here, and this is not a glitch. I paused your video for a brief announcement. First and foremost, you've been getting value out of this content. Do me a small favor, give us a thumbs up. We appreciate it very much, and it helps us out with the YouTube algorithm. Let them know we know what it is that we're talking about. Secondly, if you'd like to get access to future trainings, go ahead and jump over to our YouTube channel, subscribe, set up notifications so you don't miss a single one. Lastly, all these videos are meant to be interactive. So if you have any questions about the content I'm sharing, good or bad, go ahead and meet me in the comments section and I'll get those handled for you. Now back to your video. And all you need is love. So this is going to be some long form content. So if you have a pen and paper, you're interested in web page structure from the design, development, deployment process, all the way into optimization from a link structure and your pages. We call them business pages, which are optimized for location and your product and service. Then you're in the right place. I'm going to jump right in. We're going to break out a new whiteboard presentation. Hopefully this turns out well. So the way we start off all of our web development projects are with what we call company pages. And these are the top level hierarchy of our website development projects. So these are company and brand pages. Of course, they would be, if you have funnels already set up, this would be your funnel hub. This would be your brand hub. This is where you're going to build out your company, your brand pages, things of this nature. Now, pages that might exist at this level would be about us. They would be all the pages that have to do with the company, mission and vision, things of that nature, so that you can clearly communicate who you are and what it is that you do. So this would be the top level hierarchy as it applies to your website development project. And again, it would consist of all your company, business, brand pages, and things of that nature. Now, right under this, we actually go into, because we're sticklers for it, we go into another page hierarchy, which would be terms and compliance. And the reason for this, acceptable use policies, things in that nature, are kind of a afterthought for most people, but they can get you in trouble. If for some reason somebody wants to go cause problems and you have a business that's successful, the last thing you want to do is get a lawsuit or something like that because your site is not accessible by people that are blind or deaf. So terms and compliance is where we tend to spend the next stage of the website development project just so we know that the website is compliant. We also do privacy policies. If we're going to utilize a website in order to originate leads and things of that nature, you want to make sure that you have privacy and data use policies on the actual site itself. That way, people know what your stance is in regards to that, and you're legally you kind of outline and cover your assets as it applies to terms and compliance from a data use policy. If you do business in California, of course, they have a different one. If you do business in Europe, they have a different data use policy, but is very similar to the California data use policy. Other states throughout the United States are going to be soon coming over. You know, I believe that data use and data policies is going to be a hot topic for many years to come. And so you want to make sure that you have all your terms and conditions, acceptable use, you know, all that kind of stuff. So that would be the next hierarchy of pages. Now, underneath that, we move into what we call trust and credibility pages. And the reason that we go trust and credibility is because what we want to do is we want to overcome two things when we're talking about website traffic or new traffic on your site. First and foremost is trust and credibility. Secondly, is skepticism. Actually, the trust and credibility page actually overcomes skepticism. And then also they overcome the short attention spans associated with everybody these days. I call them TikTok brain, but these would be your trust and credibility pages. And again, these are going to be your customer reviews, your testimonials, if you gather testimonials, your case studies, things like that, accreditations, certifications, you know, all those things that are forms, validity, things like that. So if you belong to the Better Business Bureau or something like that, that would be a good thing to list on your trust and credibility pages. If you have reviews, and you have reviews on third-party applications like your Google business page or Facebook or something like that, you might want to aggregate those reviews into your website review pages. You might want to set up a review process so that future customers can come back and easily leave reviews with as little friction as you possibly can. But as you can see here, we're building on our primary pages, which are the company pages. We handle terms and compliance, and then we start to move in to the psychological aspects of the actual website asset itself in building instant trust and credibility through certifications, through reviews, through case studies, through testimonials, and things of that nature. So once we get the trust and credibility pages done, what we would want to do, or what we can do, or where we would go, is we would move into business pages. And business pages are pages that are going to be optimized for your target and your location. I'm sorry, your target and your products and services, right? So what we want to do with business pages is we want to make sure that they're fully optimized to show up inside of search. And I'll give you an example of this. And this is a real world example. Is we deal with customers that are in the automotive industry. They do automotive reconditioning, dent repair, detailing. PPF is paint protective film, real high end cars, you know, supercars, and they, you know, put protective films on them and things of that nature so that they look really, really nice. So these business pages, again, they're going to be completely optimized for the location and the product and service. And I'll give you an example. One of our customers is in Napa, California. PPF. So that would lie under here. So the Napa, California would be a page that's optimized for Napa, California. And then underneath Napa, California, we would have the products, right? We would go see if we can make this right. PPF, we would go and this is a real world example. So we're building out, we have a large customer in the Napa Valley area that does automotive reconditioning, and they specialize in high end tents, detailing, PPF, paint correction, all kinds of different products associated with that. So the business pages would be optimized for the location first and foremost. And then within the location page, you would have all the services and then the service details pages. So that would be a local business that's looking to optimize based off of their target location and the product and service that they have. So if you can organize your project into these buckets, company pages that consist of all the business and brand pages, terms and compliance pages, you know, acceptable use, data use, terms and conditions, terms of use, all those kinds of stuff from a terms and compliance. Then you start to build out trust and credibility pages with like customer reviews, testimonials, certifications, accreditations, and things of this nature. Now, some of these things might exist on the company pages. There might be a section if they have a limited amount of certifications. You might not create an entire page around it, but you may create, just a section on one of the company pages in order to build out additional trust and credibility. Of course, we also have a rule of thumb that whenever we have a call to action, we want to make sure that we utilize trust and credibility icons. So if we have warranties, guarantees, any type of security that's running on the site, like SSL or CDN or anything like that, encryption, all that kind of stuff, that adds security and builds trust and credibility as quickly as we can in the form of an icon and or a small snippet of copy that communicates how we're going to utilize that. That can be incredibly powerful to help out with the conversion process on the actual site itself. So as you can see here, these pages build on each other. They create buckets that you can utilize. And then what we do from here is we'll create what's called funnel pages, right? Now, these may be tied to our business pages. We might have a clearly defined conversion process where we direct the outcome of that conversion in a way that gives us the ability to direct the traffic so we can end up at a desired outcome, whether that's a lead or a new customer or an appointment or a call or anything like that. These would be our funnel pages. And I wrote them vertically because generally what there is there's one way in, one way out of these. We want to limit the choices again so we can direct the outcome. Funnel pages are really nice. If you talk about a specific sales process, a promotion, if you're going to be doing any type of special promotion online or anything like that, you want to make sure that you build out a nice funnel page so that you can, again, limit the choices and direct the outcome associated with those pages themselves. So again, instead of building them out horizontally, we might build these out vertically. So there's only one path, only one primary call to action. And we make it super clear about who we are, what it is we want, and what we want the end user to do, which is the 3 questions that we want to answer as absolutely as quickly as we possibly can. So this is the structure of our website development framework for our design development and deployment team. This is a simplified structure, of course. It may have many, many pages. We've had a nutraceutical company where they had, 35 products. We've had a direct-to-consumer diagnostic company where they've had 40 products, where they, their business pages and their product pages. These business pages are going to be specific to the product and service and the target, meaning it's either your dream customer avatar or the location or both that you're communicating inside of these pages. And then you're making it as low friction as you possibly can in order to direct the desired outcome, which is to drive a phone call, a web form, an appointment, something like that. If you're moving your appointments online, you want to make sure that you take care of those in that process as well, either with business pages and or funnel pages, and so on and so forth. So that's all I got. That's the Razor Sharp Network website development framework in a nutshell, simplified form, so that you could easily understand what it is that we do when we go into building out a website asset. Now, I call them web assets because most people, they go out and build web sites. Websites don't return dividends over time. They're just brochures that most people look at and think are pretty and think they've done an incredible job, when at the end of the day, if you don't have a clear return on that investment of time and resources, your website's probably, your website and your funnel pages are probably going to be where you spend the majority of your resources and time. So if they're not delivering a clear return on investment, it was money wasted, and you should turn that website into a web asset as quickly as you possibly can. So that's all I got for you today. As always, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have. Ask in the comments section. And until the next time we speak, make today and every day a fantastic day. We'll talk real soon.